Previously on Dance Moms.
First place, Dance in the Rain.
Quite frankly, in my opinion, we got robbed.
Go eat your tea and crumpets, bitch!
Personally, I think it's ridiculous that she has a solo.
Why wouldn't she?
Because she's not a member of the ALDC.
I'm pulling the plug on this.
I came into this just thinking she was doing a video for fun.
I do want her on, but I'm not going to.
I want Nia to do it. She had a role, Abby.
The moms are divided.
You think you have my back?
Absolutely. What on earth would make you think I wouldn't have your back?
Everything that happened in LA.
What happened?
Coming up on Dance Moms, we are traveling to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They're doing something new. They're critiquing the routines live on stage.
Love to get a little bit more connection from your face.
Part of my frustration with Jill and Melissa is that I felt let down and hurt.
What'd we miss up here? Did you talk about us?
Yeah.
I don't like sneaky people. I don't like liars. And if you want to think your music's separate, good luck.
Why do you back her up and you won't back me up?
I'm just saying, she always goes to extreme.
Holly, please don't leave.
I'm walking out the door. Well, I think Pyramid's gonna go well today, girls.
It's a bad album.
I'm happy that the ALDC won, but at the same time, ever since we came back from LA, I feel distant from Jill and Melissa. I really don't feel like I'm part of the ALDC team.
Is this your first experience with them?
Beating Kathy, it's actually very fun. Because our kids are better than Kathy's kids.
And what did you think of that little lady?
Okay, I really thought, my expectations were she can't be that crazy, but she was like...
So I hate to say it, she exceeded your expectations.
Come on, girls, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, moms. Congratulations! Woo! So I hope that our little rival, whatever, finally got the message that she's just not in the same league.
No, she is not in the same league.
And first place in the preteen group category goes to Dance in the Rain.
Let's face it, our kids do lyrical, that's what they do best. And we said we were gonna switch it up, and we didn't because we went out to win.
I don't think lyrical's necessarily preparing our girls for LA. Girls will not always be working for Abby in a competition dance setting. Our girls need to be prepared for the real world. In the real world, there's more to dance than lyrical. We started off the season doing things out of our comfort zone. I'm hoping that you're going to push the girls to do more of the dances that you did at the beginning of the season. We know the girls do well with lyrical. They're strong in lyrical.
Well, I wouldn't say that Nia does well in lyrical.
Well, I think what Holly's saying is we can't always go in just to win. We have to go in. I know, but it can't always be about that. Our beautiful lyrical. This is what we've been doing all along for years and years. It's what put us on the map. It's what these kids do best. Personally, I would love to see them break out of the box, and I think the kids want to also. Push
All
these
right,
kids.
time out,
There's
time out,
always
time out,
someone
time out,
better.
time out, time out. First of all, Jill, you are in my studio. We don't use the word can't. The moms are always pushing me to do a routine that's not lyrical, but that's usually what I do best, and that's usually what wins. I can do whatever I want. We do go to competition to win.
I agree, and
We
that's
don't
the
go
why
to
go. I
competition
agree with
not
that.
to win. All right, we're gonna move on from the dancing because your mothers just wanna flap their gums, and I really don't care what they think. So let's move on. I asked each of you to do a homework assignment. I wanted you to write about JoJo. Positive reasons why she should be a member of the Abby Lee Dance Company. Then I asked you to, on the flip side, write down reasons she should not be part of the Abby Lee Dance Company. Week after week, JoJo proves that she is a tough cookie, but I think she needs somebody to be on her. So think how much more JoJo would improve. If she hears it from her peers, maybe it will have an impact. Mackenzie, would you like to share with us? Come on up here.
The first reason is sometimes she's very loud. Sometimes she's off in the group dances, and sometimes she's a little too crazy.
All right, what are the good things?
She's kind, and she puts a lot of hard work into our dances.
Okay.
had some timing issues, sometimes a little too loud, but she's very dedicated and hardworking.
You take opportunities from people who have been here longer. Okay, and then the good things. You're nice and a team player.
You lip sync when you're on stage. You respect us.
Good word, respect.
You're still getting used to picking up in 2 days, and obviously you're crazy in public.
I'm really impressed how JoJo's taking this all in. It's not easy, and I respect the fact that JoJo's standing tall and taking it like a champ, just like Nia does.
So, JoJo, you've wanted a permanent spot on this team since you got to Pittsburgh, but you're lucky to even be a guest here at the ALDC. However, there's a lot that makes you an ALDC dancer. You're a performer, and you're sassy. So, I'm gonna give you this jacket. This is sacred, and this is for the rest of this season. This is not for all eternity, okay? You're welcome.
Abby, I promise no trouble, no lawsuits, no craziness, no nothing.
All right, so on with the show. I think that everybody was an equal player in that group, so that's why everybody is on the same line for the pyramid. You looked incredible, and it was executed perfectly. I saw a different intensity. Maybe I saw the intensity that Maddie has every week. Maddie won the overall high score solo, so Maddie is still a step ahead. Understood? All right, this week, we are traveling to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Philadelphia is just a couple hours from New York City. There are so many dance studios in the tri-state area and so many amazing teachers and choreographers. It's our toughest competition since we came back from Los Angeles. We're going to attend New York Talent Experience. They're doing something new. They're critiquing routines live on stage.
Wait, I don't get it.
In the paperwork, it says they give critiques to each performer. So whether that means at the end of the dance, whether that means at the end of the day, I don't know.
It's gonna scare me.
We are taking one group routine and 3 soloists. The group routine is a period piece. It's a musical theater piece.
Oh, great.
The name of the piece is Decadent Darlings.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
The moms have been begging me not to do another lyrical routine. Well, they've got it. Let's see how it works out. So, my first solo is going to Maddie. You will be doing another solo. Yours will be contemporary. It's called Mannequin. Love that. My next solo is going to Kendall. It's contemporary. You're gonna have props, Jill. I don't intentionally give Kendall props to freak out her mother. It just kind of works out that way. She's gonna have a big steamer trunk. Kendall, maybe this piece will be the one that pulls you out of that second place rut. My last solo will be going to Nia. The name of your solo is The Color Purple. Ooh. Now, you don't place with that solo? There won't be any solos for a long time. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Okay.
It's been a rough road for Nia. The idea that she may never have a solo again is a crazy amount of pressure. And I just wish for once Abby would support and root for Nia.
All right, moms, I'm gonna let you guys go. All right, everybody else spread apart. Let's get warmed up.
So you guys know we're here to stay now, right?
Yeah. Yes. No carrot dangling in your face anymore.
No, it feels like a relief, finally, is all I have to say. I can sleep with a smile on my face, and I know JoJo will be sleeping with a jacket on.
You need to emulate the 1920s. You need to convince the judges that you are taking them back in time. Okay, let me see everybody do that. Now, I decided to do a musical theater piece because I want to challenge the girls, I want to push them, and they need to learn their period dances throughout history. That's important for any dancer. I'm not saying that this routine isn't shaping up to be adorable. It is, but it's not lyrical. That's what we do best. That's what wins competitions. But I will risk losing to prove a point to the moms. Girls, brains in your heads. This is very important. Face front, face front.
This is completely different from what they have done. Even though the moms have been divided over the last couple weeks, there's one thing we can agree on, and that's too many lyrical numbers.
Come down.
Me? We have to go down and get her prop.
And why isn't our kids like get the date? Is it because they can handle it? Seriously, like.
Well, she said something Abby pyramid. It's not JoJo, it's Nia. And I think that's why we have a commonality there, because I think our kids are in the same boat.
They are.
And they're rowing upstream.
Even though Kalani does, get a lot of privileges and doesn't have to fight for a lot of things, I still understand your position. And I get it.
Since we've been back from LA, there has been a clear divide between the moms. Jill and Melissa will do whatever Abby says, even if it's wrong. Kira and Jess seem to have my backs more so than the moms that I've known for years, the moms who are supposed to be my best friends.
I just think you have to stand up for what's right.
Exactly.
What you believe is right.
And not be afraid to do so. And I think that was part of my frustration with Jill and Melissa, is that there were things I had higher expectations, so that I've known them longer, we had more of a history. Right. And I felt let down and hurt. We should be able to support each other. Honestly, at the beginning of the season, I can't necessarily say that I would have expected that. You find allies in the most unlikely places sometimes.
Who's carrying Maddie out like that?
Oh my gosh.
Maddie's solo is titled The Mannequin. She literally looks like a mannequin, and then the music starts. The mannequin comes alive. Maddie, she's already a star in the dance community, but I need to constantly push her as a performer, and I need to improve her dancing every single second that I'm with her.
I love Maddie's dance this week. It's so different.
Yeah, it's cool.
Every week she always says, Mom, it's my favorite.
It seems like every week it gets better.
Melissa's very braggy. Blah, 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 Melissa. We're all sick of hearing it.
You're waiting on a train to take you to Paris. Go ahead. You need more attitude. You need more story. You never crossed over and put your leg on the suitcase. You never put your arm there. You never came back. Sit, fan, roll, attitude. Kendall hasn't peaked yet. She is doing a piece called Waiting on the Train to Paris. Now, if Kendall doesn't at least get into the top 5, she's gonna be waiting tables for a long time. Maybe the judges critiquing her live on stage in front of a whole audience is exactly the kick in the pants she needs. We should all feel sorry. There's this poor little girl. She has this dream to go to Paris and she can't get there. And I'm not saying any of that.
Kendall and Maddie's solos are amazing, and Nia hasn't even started hers. I'm sick of the favoritism, and I'm also sick of Jill and Melissa not seeing the injustices. I'm really tired of being the odd man out. In LA, I realized when I was stuck at the Maddie B video by myself, I'm like, you know what, you really are not by yourself. And I looked to my left, and I wasn't. You were there, and you were there. And that's when it really began to signify you're not alone. There are people on the team who do support you, who do support Nia.
Yeah, as their manager, I am telling you, it is not a good thing.
What has changed for our girls who are the dancers? Nothing has changed for the dancers.
Yeah, I don't see the issue is with her being in the video.
I thought it was a fun little YouTube project. I didn't think it was a big deal.
And seeing that, I see that as the beginning of a connection, a pact that we all can really support one another so we don't feel isolated or alone, because it's not a good place to be, just speaking from experience.
And you know what? We need to stick together and we need to unite like a mom team.
Three Musketeer pack.
We are
Right?
the Three Musketeers. That's right. All for one for all. I like the idea of having a unified team with Kira and Jess that just basically says, we're going to support one another if you're in need.
And it's ironic. It's funny how life works, though. The fact that an original member has my back is really gonna benefit JoJo and I.
What are you doing in my seat? Jeez.
So what'd we miss up here? What's going on? Did you talk about us?
Yeah.
What'd you talk about?
Oh, here it comes. When Holly sighs.
What I was basically saying was, I am so surprised that I have actually become friends with Jess, first and foremost, because we did not get off on the right foot.
I look at you and I'm disgusted.
Stop!
You're a lousy mother. You think
Just
that's
keep
okay.
going after me, Holly. I think we get it now. Like, we have a different connection, and
What connected? What changed it?
I think what changed it for me, honestly, was when I was at the Maddie B video shoot and you and Melissa had left, and I felt like I was all alone, and I looked to my left and was like, oh my gosh, of all people who's here with me, it's Jess. And I never would have connected.
But Holly, Jess was there for her child.
well, you left.
We're
But
the
you wanted
mainstays. She will come and go. This one will come and
I'm
go.
here. I'm on the team.
I understand that,
Yeah,
but
the
you
jacket.
did you stay for Holly to make Holly feel good, or did you stay because your kid was going to be seen in a billion
because
views?
I signed the contract.
We signed the contract too. We didn't
You
have to
backed
stay.
out on your word.
Hall, bottom line is, get it straight. She didn't stay for you or Nia. She stayed for JoJo.
Maybe they need to know about the pact that we made to not let our kids be treated like that, you know, just like.
I think we should, because maybe if everyone was a part of that, maybe there is strength in numbers, and maybe there is something to be gained from that.
Abby treats my kids well because I'm always on her side. Holly doesn't realize that she's digging a deeper hole for herself with Abby. I love Nia, and for her sake, I wish Holly would just back down.
I'm not doing any pack.
Here's
That
my
didn't work
point.
for us last
You
time.
could sit up here and say there's a pact, but I don't believe it. Until I see it.
It's not a pact. I'm sorry, but I'm not involved in any kind of pact.
Why would you not want to support your friends, Melissa?
Because it's like high school.
You saying, I'm not making a pact, I'm not doing a pact, is like completely arrogant. Like, you're better than everyone.
No, it's
and
like
why
high
would
school.
you stick with us? Because you don't even give a.
Oh yeah, I don't give a.
It's a famous movie. It was also a Broadway show. Face, face. Now Nia is doing The Color Purple. It's more of an interpretive, modern jazz piece. Now Nia, she looks great doing this contemporary work. Will she step on stage and straighten her legs and point her feet and keep everything clean? Or does she get caught up in the performance and then everything else goes down the drain? You have to get that right leg all the way around. Don't flex that left foot when you turn to sit. Right there, you better turn that right heel forward. And now, you've been doing this step in your solo. It's been in every solo for 3 years, and you still don't do it right.
Nia has to place. She knows that it's stressful. I think she has that added stress hanging over her head this week. But I didn't make the rules, Abby made the rules.
She is a very strong kid, and she can't let anything that Abby says ever get to her. Because we all know what Abby says changes within the hour.
Absolutely.
1,000 times over.
Thanks for that encouragement with Nia. It's helpful.
No, I love her.
Jess and Kira are kissing Holly's ass. For what? The only thing a pact is going to do is create division.
This week is a big week for you. If you're not standing there up in front, being honored in some way for being the top whatever they give out, you're not gonna have another solo for a long time. You understand that? I can't keep giving you solos just because you're my student, especially after all the crap that went down with your mom in LA. I can't keep rewarding you when she just causes me aggravation.
But can you put that aside whenever we're like I'm in the studio?
Okay, so if somebody was a murderer, I should just bring them in and teach them a dance and forget they murdered somebody? No.
I think Abby's still bitter about what happened in LA, but I already did the singing stuff, so she just keeps on trying to talk about it, and it's like, that's none of your business.
You know, that whole recording studio thing, I don't like sneaky people, I don't like liars. I just don't like kids doing that, and I don't like parents teaching kids to do that.
I just want to keep that separate from while I'm in the dance studio. I know that
But it's not separate, it's representing the Abbey Lee Dance Company. And if you want to think your music's separate, good luck. You're finished for today. This is a big weekend for you. Maybe you'll win. Okay?
Okay, I'm gonna go downstairs and talk to Nia just to make sure she's okay.
she just started talking about how we were being sneaky, going behind her back and doing stuff, and I just asked her politely, in the dance studio, can she just put that aside so that I can do my dance and whatever, just, you know. And she just didn't get that. She was like, well, if you were a murderer, I would give you a sort of something. She's just...
Nia has known Abby for almost her entire life, since she was 3, a decade. Otherwise, I would move on and take my kid out of this. But Nia is really invested in being a part of the ALDC.
She just...
Okay, so you did everything the right way, and what can you control Abby?
No.
You can control you and how you respond to her.
There's been a lot of conflict lately, but I really want to stay with the team because this is a great opportunity. I just wish Abby was supportive too.
You focus on your dance, channel all that energy, and make that dance better than she could have ever imagined. That's how you get a person like Abby Lee Miller to shut up.
The stakes are always high for the ALDC. The competitors that my kids are gonna face here today are fierce. I think that this week's competition is our toughest yet. And the moms are always pushing for the novelty numbers. But that's not what wins competitions. It's the lyrical. It's the only reason that I'm even going through with this routine is to teach the moms a lesson. I have to prepare for Maddie, Nia, and Kendall's solos. Now, this is the first time they're gonna be judged live, on stage, in front of an audience. If they don't handle this with grace and class, I will be humiliated. Now remember, you guys are going to stand there and be critiqued. So you can't be, control your breathing afterwards.
Oh, we have to speak?
I don't know.
Okay.
I know nothing.
I can see that Nia's nervous. She's up against her 2 best friends, and she was the only one given an ultimatum by Abby. That's a lot for a 13-year-old to handle. I know Abby put a lot on your head this week, but you have to put it all in perspective. I want you to do well with it. I want you to win with it. But most importantly, I don't want you to leave that stage with any regrets. You can do it.
Nia, this is gonna be one tough competition. If you don't place in your solo, that's gonna be the end of the solos for a while.
Moving on to the open category, the color purple. All right, we're gonna start now, judges. Moving on to the open category, ages 13 and 14, number 302, the color purple.
Abby said if I don't place in the top 5, I'm not gonna have a solo for a while. And I just really wanna do well because I just wanna prove to Abby that I can win.
Nia was amazing. She was mature and the style really suited her well. Abby has to be impressed by that because she barely coached her, and when she did, it was all negative. Right now, I'm just worried about the judges' critiques.
What do you have to say about this performance, Lydia?
Hi, Mia, how are you?
Good, how about you?
Good. That was beautiful. Some really nice moments of focus. You have those gorgeous eyes, and then when you light that up, it makes all the difference. But it was fleeting for me a little bit. Like there at the end, that just look to the side was gorgeous, and try to just kind of weave that in a little bit more. But overall, really nice work.
Thank you, Lydia. If you wouldn't mind passing that microphone down to Miss Rochelle Rack, let's see what she has to say about you.
Mia, really great work. I think that when you are telling a story, it's coming through your eyes, and when you're walking, you're going to get something or making a statement, and I really see that. When you're coming forward, you are right in my face, and you're saying, watch me, listen to my story. But really great, beautiful.
Beautiful job, thank you, Mia. Congratulations.
Have the judges publicly say that Nia did great, there's nothing Abby can do to take that away. I just hope it's good enough to place.
All right, judges, moving ahead to contemporary, ages 11 and 12, number 300, the mannequin, number 300.
She held up a mirror and made me look. She said that my smile's held up by 1,000 hooks, 'cause I listen and take and make me unravel. I'm so put together on my mannequin mind. And I told her to pull and make me unravel.
Lydia Hagen, what do you hear what you have to say for Miss Maddie?
Maddie, how are you?
I'm good.
Good, good. I love, of course, your facial expressions. You really embodied the mannequin character. Watch when your supporting leg, I really need to pull up on that thigh, stretch those knees. So really plie, and then when you're straight, really stretch. Your chenets, your knees are getting a little bit bent there.
Thank you, Lydia. Okay, Jessica.
Try to relax your face in your turns a little bit. Obviously, it's not an easy endeavor, but you have the ability to do that. When you contract and fold in, I want to see how small you can get and then explode out of that.
Okay. Awesome, thank you so much. Nice work, Maddie.
Hear that, Abby? Maddie got critiqued by the judges. They said her knees weren't straight. Maddie's just a human being, like the rest of us.
Number 301, waiting on a train to Paris.
I really hope that Kendall does well. I've risked a lot to stay loyal to Abby, and all of this positive attention that she's giving Kendall can only last so long if she doesn't start winning.
Le train part chaque matin et chaque soir pour Paris. Pour Paris. Le train part chaque matin et chaque soir pour Paris. Pour Paris.
Wonderful job, beautiful concentration, beautiful girl. Joshua Allen, we haven't heard from you in a while. Are you ready?
How you doing? Great job overall. I think you have a great stage presence. I would have loved for you to connect with us a little bit more. I know you were dancing a lot. I loved your turns. Everything was great. I would have just loved to like get a little bit more connection from your face with the judges.
Thank you, Josh. Rochelle, give it to us. What do you have for her?
First of all, beautiful. I love the story. You're waiting for this train to come. But I want to see always more of you where you are at the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Nice work, Kendall. Thank you.
Maddie and Kendall got some pretty tough critiques from the judges. Now, Nia, her solo looked great, but was it good enough to place in the top 5? We'll see.
So did you guys think any more about joining our little pact that we have?
I take offense that Holly thinks we're not there for her.
You were not there when it mattered.
We've been there for you as you've been there for me. Of all the times we have spoken up, you're going to remember the one that we didn't.
No, you're missing the point.
Hey, hey.
Hey. It's tense between the moms. We're divided into 2 camps. I just hope the girls haven't picked up on it because all they need to do right now is focus on the group dance.
All right, guys, this is it. This is it. This is it. I think Gianna and I would just like to not hear the same things that we have told you over and over. Like when a judge has to stand there and say in front of a whole audience full of people to straighten your knees, stuff we say every day. It's always a risk not doing lyrical when you go to a dance competition. Doing a musical theater piece can be risky. Maybe they'll prove me wrong and win.
Please welcome to the stage number 303, Decadent Darlings.
After all this hubbub that we weren't doing lyrical dances, and we stood over Abby and we hounded her and said no lyrical, I'm nervous about the judges' critiques for this group dance.
Beautiful job. Let's hear from the lovely Rochelle Rack.
Oh, ladies, beautiful. I think that you took this Charleston and that old time feel and you brought a new life to it, and you all look fantastic. It really showed off some of your personality, and that was great. So thank you.
Thank you, Rochelle. And let's finish off with Miss Lydia Hagen.
Hi, ladies. First of all, great teamwork. Be careful that we're not rushing a tad. Yeah, hitting all those accents with our faces. Just technically, we could use the floor a little more. And yeah, but I loved it. I thought it was really clean. Very
Beautiful.
clean.
Nice work. Thank you so much. Good job. Now it's time for the top 5 overall soloists of the day.
Nia has extra pressure of an ultimatum that she has to place in order to have more solos in the future. I'm on the edge of my seat right now, and I want Nia to place with this solo today.
Now it's time for the top 5 overall soloists of the day. And here we go in 5th place, Number 120, Journey to the Past. That's Bella from McHenry Dance Center. Come on down.
So much is riding on this dance. If she doesn't place in the top 5 the entire competition, it could destroy Nia's opportunities to get a solo ever again.
4th place, 223, Chains Sean from Movement Dance Academy. 3rd place, 207 Nation Army Noel from Release Dance Academy.
We are watching kids get their awards. And our kids aren't being called, and now I'm starting to get a little nervous.
All right, we're getting down to our top 2 places. 2nd place had a score of 297. Wow. .222, Miss Maggie from Movement Dance Academy. It is now time to announce our overall soloist of the day. Please scream and shout. For number 300, the mannequin, that's Maddie.
I'm absolutely devastated for Nia. She didn't place. In fact, the only person who placed was Maddie. But that also means that Kendall didn't place in the top 5 either. And does that mean that Kendall's not gonna have solos in the future? I highly doubt that. Jill has Abby in her corner. She gets special treatment. And it's unfair, and I'm sick of it.
All right, we're into our last section, folks. The most exciting groups. 4th place, the score was 296.5. Medicine Release Dance Academy. 3rd place had a score of 296.7. Scream and shout for 303 Decadent Darlings, Abby Lee Dance Company.
They did everything they could do as a team. They were together. They danced their dance. Maybe a little more team camaraderie with Holly being upset. You know, maybe we are fractured a little bit. Maybe if that hadn't happened, our kids would have come in first, but we'll never know.
Who came into my studio and wasted my time and gave their opinion and flapped their gums about we don't want to do lyrical, no more lyrical, da 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 da. I believe Holly was one of those people. I believe Jill was one of those people. One thing for sure, Nia's not getting any more solos. And I'm sticking to my guns and doing the lyrical for a long time. I know what wins competitions. I'm the director of the company. I say what we're doing. You're a dance mom. Get in your car, go home, make dinner.
So Abby, earlier we were having a fairly heated discussion, just the 5 of us. And what we were talking about is they have a pact.
A pact for what?
What is the pact? Explain to Abby, because I don't fully understand it. What the pact is.
It's the idea behind it, honestly, is if there's a situation and you think there's an inequity, an injustice, or that person just needs support, you would offer your support regardless of worrying about the ramifications or the consequences.
Their negative energy rubs off on the kids. And the bickering between all of them, come on. All the kids are aware of that. And it's affecting my team. That behavior will not be allowed in the future of the ALDC. You're either on my team and you support me and my decisions 100%, whether it affects your child or not, or go find another team.
Abby, what I have a problem with is I support you. I've supported you for years. I've supported you in the beginning of the season when there were lawsuits. But when you talk to a child and she's telling you, can we focus on our dance? And then you're like, no, I can't forget someone who murdered someone.
No, she
They'd
asked
be a
somebody to
murderer.
separate something. And I said, well, if somebody was a murderer and you knew it and they came in here to teach them a dance, you would still look at them like they were murderer.
When you use an analogy of a murderer in context with Nia, you are insinuating that they're the same. That's the point.
When I do make an analogy, I am going to the extreme.
You
to
always
say,
do.
Why do you back her up and you won't back me up?
I'm just saying, she always goes to extreme.
But that's what you're doing. You're like, but Abby does this. Okay, she doesn't need backup.
I'm not backing her up. I'm just saying she does go to extreme. She could have said,
It's
Holly,
like,
please don't leave. Holly, please don't leave.
I'm walking out the door because to have someone say that about Nia.
No, because you keep pushing it.
I think this whole thing is a misunderstanding. Please don't leave. Please.
It's just a misunderstanding.
This is our chance to talk it out, Holly. Please.
I mean, I don't.
Stop. Let them talk to her. They know her.
Yeah.
I don't have to take anymore. And for her to say it's okay to call me a murderer, and for you to say it's okay,
but no, I don't.
Stop coming to her defense. Conversation's over.
Next on Dance Moms, in 2 weeks, the Abby Lee Dance Company will be back in LA.
Kathy has a whole new team.
A lot of these girls, they've got history with Abby. Some of them have been scorned by her.
Sia and Maddie's new video has really pushed the envelope. Everybody's talking about it.
I did see it. I almost threw up.
I will be sick to my stomach if my junior league competition team lets this imbecile beat us. They will never hear the end of it from me.
Get your rodent butt out of my dressing room.